guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be a kind of fun video, hopefully funny. First of all, I'm going to show you what I'm wearing because obviously everyone cares. Today I'm wearing this pink hairband. Yeah, I had it when I was like 10, but vintage. And yes, it probably makes me look as if I'm like 5, but you know what? I don't mind.
I don't mind.
And then I am wearing this hoodie, and basically instead of saying Stussy, it says like Jesus, like as you can see. I think it's kind of cool. It's actually my dad's, so I have no idea where that is from. And then I'm wearing Adidas leggings, and yes, I've got a hole because I tripped and fell over, and I'm obviously wearing sliders. Yeah, Adidas sponsor me please, thank you. So for the bands, I'm just going to be talking about some times in my life when I have been embarrassing. Now, being me, there have been many moments when I've done things that I've regretted, or I've done things that, I don't know, I've been embarrassed about. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about that because I think it's funny and I think it will be banter. Okay, so here is my top 5 embarrassing moments. Okay, in 5th place, we have the time when I got some glasses because I had a test and I found out that I needed glasses for reading. And I got them, I brought them home. I was quite excited actually. I was like, oh, I have glasses. I kind of jumped on my bed. My glasses were on the bed. Jumped on the glasses and crack! Yes, they broke. They hit 2 pieces of a pair of glasses. And I had to tell my mom, and I was very embarrassed. And yeah, basically I went back to the glasses place instead. I sat on my glasses. Can I have some new ones? So I got them, but yeah, I'm gonna try and not do that again. Right, in 4th place is, this isn't actually that funny, this is actually kind of serious, but my driver's license is just casually like roaming around the area where my uni is. I'm not gonna say where it is because they don't know where I live, and that's kind of weird. Basically, I had my driver's license and my uni ID and all of this, and my credit card as well, and it basically fell out of my jacket when I was running because it was cold one time, and I still haven't found it. I went to the police station, you know, I was on it, I was like trying to find it, and there's no sign of it. So I currently have no driver's license, and yes, I'm that person who has to go to the pub and use a passport if I want alcohol. So that's fun. In 3rd place, we have the time, oh yes, this is when I was in Edinburgh. I love Scotland, don't get me wrong. If you haven't guessed, I am Scottish. Bonnie, yeah, is Scottish, etc. So one time we were on the open tour buses. I was just sitting, you know, I was just, you know, enjoying, like relaxing, listening to what the speaker guy or whatever the guy with the mic is called, who's like talking about Scotland.
If you hadn't guessed, yes, I'm talking about the tour guide.
I was having a great time, guys, okay? Great time. I felt something heavy on my head. I felt a pop on my head. You might be able to guess what it was. Yeah, basically a Scottish bird pooed on my head. I had nothing to clean my head with at all, apart from like my coat. I couldn't do anything about it, so basically the poo just kind of stayed there for like most of the day that we were in Scotland for, which is fun and disgusting and embarrassing and just generally really stinky. So I was slightly put off Scotland for a while, and yes, I'm aware that in England there are birds that also poo on people's heads. I'm 19, so the English birds have 19 years of opportunity to poo on my head, but I go to Scotland for like a week and the Scottish bird poos on my head. So guys, if you're in Scotland, if you go to uni in Scotland, if you visit Scotland, whatever, just be aware of the birds, okay? Especially the bird that pooed on my head, because it could still be roaming Edinburgh streets. I'm going to move on to number 2. Now, if you don't know, I used to do gymnastics. I now coach gymnastics. I did PE GCSE. Yes, I was one of those people who did that. I did rounders and I did gymnastics. Now for gymnastics, I had to like make up like something that was then filmed and like sent to the examiners, etc. You don't really care about that. Anyways, let's move on to the funny part. So I was practicing this routine in my classroom. Silly idea, because there are desks there, and there are other obstacles. I mean, it's a classroom, it's a carpet, etc. Now, I was practicing a chin stand, but if you're not a gymnast, that will not mean anything to you. Basically, you literally balance on your chin, like your weight on your chin. I know it sounds kind of weird, but yes, it is a move. And I was practicing this on the carpet, and I was just enduring the pain on my chin because, you know, PG City, you want to do well, don't you? My friends were talking to me when I was doing the chin stand, and they distracted me, so I was in the balance, and I came down, and my feet smacked the bin. They smacked the bin, and the bin, I don't know how to describe it, but the bin like broke. The bin is plastic, guys, and it just kind of like, I want to say cracked, but plastic doesn't really crack, so ignore my vocab, okay? But I was so loud, we were so loud, because I was like, ah! Screaming because I broke the bin, and my feet landed on the bin. That this teacher came, and it was not just any ordinary teacher. They were in a bad mood that day. They were like, how dare you! You're so loud! Angry, no joke. The teacher made me go to the head of year and was like, go and tell the head of year what you've done. Guys, I was like really sad and stuff, and I went to the teacher and I was literally like,
I'm really sorry that I broke the bin.
I was so scared and absolute fan. So the head of year was just like laughing at me being like, that's jokes, basically. So that's the end of the story. I'm gonna insert a clip of when I broke the school bin because, I mean, it's not every day that you break the school bin, is it? What are you doing? In second place, peace, we have the time that I like to call the rape alarm incident. So basically, as you can guess from the title, it involves a rape alarm. Now, in case you don't know what a rape alarm is, it's like a key ring, and you pull it and it like screams the most like horrible piercing scream that I have ever heard on the planet. My mum gave me one, classic, in case of an emergency. I think you can work out what it's for like in the name, so I'm not gonna explain. But yes, luckily I never had to use that, praise the Lord. Now, one time I had my rape alarm, and so it was like on my keys, and I just locked my house and I threw it into my bag. So I chucked my keys and the rape alarm in my bag while I like put my headphones on. Let's set the scene. As I threw the thing in, it pulled somehow. I literally don't know how, but something against my bag made it go on, okay? So the rape alarm started screaming, but because my headphones were on, it blocked out the sound, and it blocked out because I was on like full volume, you know, getting into my jam, and it was like full on, okay guys? Anyways, I walked all the way from my house to Westfield, okay? Westfield is like a big shopping centre if you don't know. I'm not gonna say where my house is because that would be weird, and I don't know how my mum would feel about people like turning up to my house. Not that they would, but do you know what I mean? I should probably keep that secret, so I'm not gonna say. But it's like a 10-15 minute walk, and for that whole amount of time, the rape alarm was screaming. People were pointing at me, and people were kind of like laughing, and I was like, I kind of saw this because I was listening to my music and I was like in my jam. I was just kind of like that's a bit strange, but I just continued walking. I got on the bus because I'm too lazy to walk for 10 minutes, obviously.
Because I'm too lazy to walk for 10 minutes, obviously.
The guy like gave me this look, like this kind of look, like who are you kind of thing, and I was kind of thinking, okay, this is really weird. And I sit on the bus, and I start to hear like this alarm.
Okay, I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but someone knocked on my door while I was filming, and yeah, if that was you who knocked on my door, I'm really sorry, but I really didn't want to stop, so I just ignored it.
And I think as my song changed to the next song, I heard this siren-y kind of sound, and I was like, oh, that's strange. But where I live, it's quite normal for there to be like police cars, it's kind of busy. So I was just like, oh, that's weird, but whatever. But like people on the bus were really beginning to like talk and like look at me and stuff. And I was like, this is so weird, like what is going on? I'm quite a weird person, but I'm not like that weird. Like how can my presence make them laugh? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyways, I get into Westfield. it continues. I get into Westfield and people are pointing at me now, like full on. And I take my headphones off and suddenly it makes a lot of sense, guys. I hear the scream and I'm like, oh my days, it's coming from my backpack. And as I open my backpack and take it out, the scream is like even more excruciating. And suddenly it made so much sense as to why they were like pointing at me. I'm thinking I was crazy. It happens because clumsy. Hashtag groovy. It wasn't so groovy, but I guess it's kind of funny looking back. A little bit, yeah. Okay, now guys, this is it. This is the one that you have been waiting for. In first place, we have the time when I dabbed in my sleep. Obviously, everyone's heard of the dab. I'm not going to demonstrate right now because I think that will embarrass myself even more. I guess like you could say that I kind of caught on to the dabbing a little bit late. This is a popular trend like a few years ago or whatever, but I don't know. I was just like, I'm gonna be like really cool and I'm gonna dab loads this term. And if you go to my uni and you see me dabbing, I'm sorry, okay, but one night I was sleeping and in my dream, I dabbed. Like no joke, I dabbed.
Did I tell you that I dabbed?
And then I suddenly woke up and my hand was here. It hurt my nose, like blood was pouring down from my nose. I'm not even kidding, it was like pouring down. So anyway, I ran to the sink, so I had to sort out my nosebleed, which wouldn't go away for like a good few minutes. And it was like 3 AM in the morning, guys, just to give you a bit of perspective. And yeah, I dabbed in my sleep. I guess that is why you need to like not dab too much, because you know, otherwise you're gonna hurt yourself like I did. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that. Obviously today's been quite a funny vid, hopefully, if you found it funny. But I am gonna be making some more serious vids in like the near future. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and stay groovy, live groovy, be groovy, and see you in my next video.